Miss Figueroa here, and we made it to Friday. I am so excited. So let's jump right in. We're doing some guided notes today. So today we're covering proportions. So we're going to start with ratios. So a ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. So y'all should be familiar with ratios a little bit. A ratio of A to B can be written A to B with a colon like that, or it can be written A to B as a fraction. So ratios that name the same comparison are said to be equivalent. Equivalent fractions. And then any statement that two ratios are equal, A over B equals C over D, is called a proportion. So an example would be, equivalent fractions. So when you take a fraction like 8 over 16, you say that equals 1 over 2. That is a proportion. It's also two ratios. So then down here, a proportion such as A over B equals C over D can be written in the form A to B equals C to D. So here, B and C are the inner terms, and they're called the means. Then our outer terms, we see that they're on the outside there, are called the extremes. In a true proportion, the product of the means and the product of the extremes, also called the cross products, are equal. So because of this relationship, it is possible to use cross products to determine if a proportion is true and to solve for a missing value in a proportion. So for all real numbers, A, B, C, and D, where B does not equal 0 and D does not equal 0, because remember we can't divide by zeros, if you don't believe me, ask Siri to divide by 0, and she's going to be real mean to you. So that's our cross product property. We'll skip over where it says example. When one term of a proportion is unknown, we can use the cross products to find the value of the variable that makes it a true proportion. First, find the cross products and set them equal to each other. And then use inverse operations to solve for the variable. So for example, 3 over x equals x over 14. We're going to use cross products. So we're going to say 7 times x equals 3 times 14. 7 times x is 7x. 3 times 14 is 42. Then we'll divide out that coefficient. And we get that x is equal to 6. So now let's do some of these down here on the U-try. Solve each proportion. So we have 5 over 60 equals 3 over x. We're going to use cross products. So we've got 5 times x equals 60 times 3. 5 times x is 5x. 60 times 3 is 180. And we want to get the x by itself. So we'll divide out that coefficient, and x will equal 36. So these are rather simple. We just cross multiply, divide. So here we've got 3 times k equals 9 times 5. So you see that I'm not consistently following an order. I went 3 times k first. I went 5 times x first. It doesn't matter. I like to keep my variables on the left. So I'm going to use whichever direction keeps my variables to the left. The only thing that matters is that we're keeping it consistent with the cross product. So it has to be what is directly diagonal from it. So 3 times k means 9 has to go with 5. So 3k equals 9 times 5, which is 45. Got to get k by itself, so I'll divide out that 3. Whoa! Give me a second. Divide by 3. And k will equal 45 divided by 3, which is 15. Let's move to the next sheet. If it lets us. Oh. So the next sheet is actually your homework sheet. So it is 12 problems, and it's just proportions. So you're going to cross multiply, divide. I want to do one of them with you. Number 10. So on number 10, we've got 3 over 12 is equal to 2 over y plus 6. So the reason I want to do one of these with you is because with the ones with multiple terms on either side of the fraction means we're going to have distribution. So that means 3 goes with all of y plus 6. So I got to make sure that 3 is multiplying by all of y plus 6. On the other side, I have 12 times 2. So you see here that we have to distribute. 3 times y is 3y. 3 times 6 is 18. And that equals 12 times 2, which is 24. I want to get y by itself, so I'll subtract 18. I get 3y equals 24 minus 18, which is 6. My goal is to get y by itself, so I'll divide out that coefficient. And I get that y equals 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So in order to make this a true proportion, where the left side does equal the right side, y has to equal 2. So again, your homework is this page here, if this will ever zoom out. This page here, the ratios and proportions worksheet. Make sure you turn in your notes as well as your homework, and then you are free for the weekend, and we will see you on Monday.